Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another 40 to Level 1. I am one of your hosts, Alice Kennedy, for the 28th of September 2021. And here with me, as always, the former Twilight Princess of all games, the current Twilight Princess of YouTube, the former self-proclaimed King of Xbox CEO, the man of many names, but we just call him one, Andy.
Yes, Mr. Andy Urquhart here as always. I don't like what I had to do with the lighting in here.
Your face looks, yeah.
It makes my beard look very dark.
It does, and like, I think it's just my camera because there's no like zoom setting. I think you're maybe just closer to your camera. I'll try and get closer to my camera.
Well, remember, I had to change. We had to change it last week because I had the Surface last week, and this week I'm back to the PC.
Yeah, I'll figure it out another time. We're fine. We're fine just now. We can see your big face. You definitely look like you're about to lead a cult into the promised land.
Follow me. This is my cult. The W cult.
Nobody
The W cult.
Nobody would follow. No one would follow.
No, they absolutely.
So, yes, we are back for another week of what we've been playing. I hope you've all enjoyed your week. I know we have. We were last on covering the news on Friday night, myself and Andy. You looked a wee bit better on Friday night, Andy, than you do now.
I was a wee bit yellow that day, like a bit of yellow
Alright.
skin condition going on. Yeah.
Alright, Coldplay. Yes.
I was feeling a wee bit kind of squishy as well, like a bit spongy, you could say.
You looked far better then.
I looked a lot younger, I'll say that.
Volume levels are absolutely fine. Although, see with the lighting, you can't see your wrinkles as much, and for some reason you can't see mine just now either. So we're all good.
Yeah, you don't have any wrinkles. Do you know why he doesn't have any wrinkles? Anybody that's watching, he's wearing makeup.
That's how I look this way. It takes me so long to get ready for the show.
I've seen you doing your promo video.
What promo video?
The promo video you did for Tasha, for our makeup business.
Oh yeah.
Or not?
Oh,
no, it wasn't makeup. Like the skin stuff.
Whatever it was she was doing. I didn't have makeup on during that. I don't think.
No,
I had makeup on during the live stream. That was the last time I had makeup on. Look, I've actually got a proper, genuine dad gaming T-shirt.
I'm a gaming dad, just like a normal dad, except much cooler.
Yeah, I've now hit that age where you get those T-shirts
Jesus.
given to you. Yeah,
you know, you can choose your own clothes to wear, Ali. You don't need to wear that.
See, when you've got two young children, right, you tend to just pick up the stuff after what that isn't your good stuff, because if it gets ruined, you're not that bothered about it. Do you know what I mean?
Whatever is clean, I don't care what it looks like. That's Sally's motto.
Yeah.
Me as well, to be fair.
I mean, don't get me wrong, if I was going somewhere proper, I would put jeans and that on, but like white T-shirts are a no-go. T-shirts you want to be kept good, a definite no-no, because one, my son likes to hang off T-shirts like that just now because he wants to climb everything, and like Lexi's so clumsy she'll spill everything everywhere. So,
do you ever get like, this is a T-shirt tangent here, right? Do you ever get like a T-shirt where you wear it to work and you have a really bad day at work, and then you'll be like, right, in fact, you have to wear a work uniform. But
no, I wear a T-shirt to work. I wear like a T-shirt,
like,
and then I've got my work
yeah.
T-shirt underneath.
Like, do you ever like wear like a T-shirt to work, and then you go to work, it's the first time you've worn it, and you have a really bad day, and you're like, I'm not gonna wear that T-shirt to work anymore because you associate it with a bad day.
Yeah.
And then you wear a different T-shirt the next day, and the day's fine.
Yep. Yep. It's like T-shirt superstitions. Yeah, because like we've got variations on what to wear to work, so it's like meant to be like denim shirts with like white T-shirts, but like they're thin, and like I wear like just a normal T-shirt underneath. So some days you're right, and it'll be a bad day, and I'll be like, I'm not wearing that T-shirt tomorrow. But anyway, we're not here to talk about work. We're here to talk about the fun.
You know, I did buy a new hoodie today, Ali.
What kind of hoodie, Andy? I know you're very particular with your hoodies.
It was not a gaming hoodie. It was just a plain black hoodie.
That is not like
I got it on Amazon for £11.99. Ordered it yesterday. Today.
Walked into Primark and got one for £5.
Primark is far away from me. I was not near one.
There's a Primark on like every street.
£5 for a hoodie?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I did not know this.
Like,
But
I get
anyway,
3 pairs of
I,
boxers for £2.50.
yeah, no, I get that, and like I get the t-shirts and stuff for cheap. But I wouldn't. Oh, thanks, Ali. I don't think you can show that on stream. Oh.
Nothing was revealed.
Nothing was real.
I just
Nothing
hope
to
Primark
show.
starts sending me boxers for free. That'd be cool. I
Um,
also get these
no, like,
socks
yeah.
out of Primark. I can't get my foot up that high because I'm old now, but these are gaming socks. These are PlayStation socks from Primark.
But no, like I do have like
Or
a couple of gaming
Primark.
hoodies and that. But I wanted just a plain black hoodie because like my hoodie. See my hoodies, I keep leaving pens in the pockets and they keep busting, and then they leave these fucking big ink marks. I can't get them out, so I have to buy new hoodies. I have
Tie-dye
to
them.
cycle out my old hoodies and get new ones. Tie dye like a charcoal coloured hoodie
Yeah,
and a dark green hoodie. I don't
Yeah.
think so. That's not gonna work.
but then there'll be stains everywhere. No. Anyway, this is shit
Oh,
talk.
yes.
Let's talk about the games that we've played throughout the week. But before we get into that, I just want to talk about what we were talking about before the show, briefly, while we were waiting on you getting your shit together.
Hard drives.
Yeah, hard
Hard
drives,
drive.
man. Like, I've played PlayStation, Andy, all week. I got my PS5 down, and I decided my solution is quite simple. Power off my PlayStation 5 at night and unplug the cables that Leo will grab and throw them behind the unit where he can't reach. And it survived so
Yeah.
far. It's obviously facing the opposite way after the card incident with Lexi as well. My PS5 is
Good-
not an
good
easy
idea.
console to own.
Yeah.
It's not an easy console to own at all.
No issues. No issues here.
Yeah,
Whatsoever.
your
Not
kids,
one thing
your
about
kids like almost a year away from wanting their own PS5. Like, come on.
it. Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, my PS5 came down, and after like 7,000 updates, not quite as complicated as Andy updating Discord.
No. To be fair.
But yeah, I had a few updates, but I bought a few games this week as well, Andy, that we'll get into. Not really new games, but PS5 versions of games. And I was like, do you know what? I miss the interface. The controller always feels nice. And I was like, yeah, it's a shame that I've not had this down, because it's been up, how long would you say? At least 2-3 months, if not longer.
Yeah, probably like 10 weeks, so like somewhere between 2 and 3 months.
Yeah, a while anyway. So I brought it down, and then I came across a problem, Andy, when I was getting these games, because some of these games I needed to have the old version to get my save, and I was
Yeah.
like, come on, because all I'm doing is downloading it, getting the save, or one of them, it was just downloading it to buy the next version of it. Why not just let me do it on the store? But anyway, I had to do that, and I've got like 4 or 5 games on it, and it's like my storage is in the red, and that biffs me out, because my job revolves around technology and phones, and when people come in and they've got like that much memory left, I'm like, no, what you doing? The phone itself needs memory to run, even though it doesn't tell you this. And when I see it on my PS5, I'm like, I know it's not running fast. I know it's not running slow, Andy, right? But something in my head's going, this should run faster. And something in my head, if I delete a game, it goes, it's much better. There's more space. The PS5 can breathe, and I don't know what it is, right? So anyway, DualSense battery life is garbage. I just need to throw it out every time I talk about it. However, it's still the best controller. But I don't have space, man. I don't have space. Like, next year's gonna, like, we've got, not that I'll be getting God of War 2 Horizon 2 anytime soon, but those games, and then there's talk of Last of Us 2 Director's Cut, because everything's getting a PS5 Director's Cut, and I'll probably wait for that till I play it. And then they're talking about Last of Us 1 remastered and the Last of Us 2 engine again to coincide with the show next year. And then obviously we've got Spider-Man 2. There's a shit ton of stuff I want to put in my PS5 as well that I can't have sitting there, do you know? And like, I'm even swaying about taking Tony Hawk's off, and I like jumping into that, and I'm like, I can't have this. I like to have games that I can jump in. I had to delete Demon's Souls, and even though I'm not playing it just now, I'm like, why do I have to delete this? And it's because there's a pittance. You get 600 gig usable, which was unacceptable 2 gens ago, Andy. I was on like a terabyte in the PS3 gen. I was on a terabyte back then. I had 500 gig as standard, and I had my like 500 gig hard drive attached back then. So if that's what I was using then, like, it's too small. So looking up hard drives, 2 terabytes is about the price of a new PS5. That's not within the price range. 1 terabyte is, I don't want to say acceptable, but Hear me out. You can buy cheaper. However, I want to buy the one that the PlayStation architect recommended, and the first company that came out and said this one's going to work with PS5, and they had to take it back till Sony announced it. So it's the SN850, 7,000 megabyte per second is what it reads at, and it's the WD Black. That's the only one I'm ever going to get for it, because that to me is the unofficial official memory, and you don't want to mess about and ruin your experience or anything. So you can buy it without a heatsink, and I found a website that is questionable. That one I've heard a scan before, but like the pictures they're showing isn't the one that Mark Cerny's showing. It's not the ones in the official WD website, and I'm like, I'm just going to stick to the official or Amazon. But it's £185, Andy. Now, can you refresh my memory? What did I pay for my expansion card, the oh so simple Xbox solution? Was it in this price range, or was it cheaper? Was it not like 150?
210.
Was it 210 I paid? Okay.
210 or 26 or 29 or something like that.
Oh, you're right. It was £209.99. So fair, right? Fair. It's about the same price, even though it's not official, and there's a wee bit more hassle. But I mean, I'm an old hat at taking apart a PlayStation 5 because I had to do it so many times to try and retrieve the Ace of Spades out of the disc. But yes, so that's where I'm at just now. I bought the memory expansion for the Xbox, and I haven't had to think about storage, Andy, on my Xbox at all. Not one time. So 1 terabyte to me says it's enough in PlayStation because I've got loads more Xbox games digital. The problem with PlayStation 5 is a lot of them are single player experiences that are like 60 to 80 gig or above. And then if you throw in like a COD, like I had to take Fortnite off. I haven't even been able to play the single player campaign of last year's Call of Duty that I do actually want to play through because of the size of it. And that's even installing in parts. It's not a small game. So I think I'm gonna have to bite the bullet in this. And I think I could probably last another month or two, which says to me, wait till Black Friday for this. But I think I don't know if it's going to drop by that much. What's your thoughts on it? Do you think Black Friday we're going to see a sale? Or?
I mean, you might save £10-20. Like, I'm gonna wait
point,
and like this.
Not get it.
Yeah. This is gonna be. No, I think you'll be fine to get this because it's just an SSD. Like, you'll be fine to get this because when they announced the hard drive expansions and stuff like that, they did sell out like briefly at one point. But
you can buy them
this
now.
Thing's readily available now, and it's going to be readily available like right through. You're not going to have an issue getting this anymore. Like, it was just that initial like wave of like, oh shit, we've sold out our entire inventory. Let's restock.
Because scalpers attempted to beast it, and then they realised, oh wait, these aren't.
It's
like
just
consoles.
a hard drive.
Yeah.
Like, there's not like a limited number of these. They can make fucking millions of them like that. So there's not going to be a supply issue with these at all. So the price on it's fine. Like, it's just basically the same as the Series X one.
It's fine to
the issue that I find with it is like, and I understand why it's expensive because of the speed of it. Whatever. Fine. The issue that I have with it is like I feel like I'm still stepping backwards a wee bit because like I had my PS4 Pro, I had a 2 terabyte hard drive in it. Like day one, as soon as I got it, I stuck a 2 terabyte in it, and then that was me sorted for the lifetime of the for the remainder of the lifetime of the PS4, which was like 3 years or so. But this one, I know that I'm going to put a terabyte in it,
and it's going to be filled by next year.
Yeah, I'm good. I know that gives me 2 terabytes, right? Because you've got the one.
You don't. No, I would say 1.5, arguably.
1.5 terabytes, right? So I'm tripling the memory of it, basically. But I know that I'm gonna have that filled probably the first day that I install it.
Yeah, because you'll put all the games that you want to jump into now and then on it, and games that you might want to pick up again. Yeah.
I may just take a notion for it, and like it's much more convenient for me to have it installed there if I ever want to play it than for me to have to like go through it, because I mean you'll be like me as well. The actual problem isn't the downloading of it, because downloading it's fast as fuck, quick, right? That's fine. It's the going through the fucking list of stuff where I'm like, oh, it's like browsing Netflix when you don't know what you want to watch, and and then having to like go through and find the thing, and even when you know what you want to find, like try to find it sometimes is a pain. But yeah, so that's the issue that I have with it, is going through that list, and I can't be bothered with it half the time, so I just play whatever's installed. Or whatever comes new to Plus or whatnot. And like half the time I install the Plus game and then I delete it. And then I install the next one and then I delete it.
See, like, this is the point. Like in PS4 I was the same. Obviously I had a 2 terabyte hard drive on my PlayStation and my Xbox. You know, I had 4 terabytes between the two, and then obviously their onboard storage, because I had the Xbox One X. I had the PS4 Slim, to be fair, near the end, but I had still 2.5 terabytes on that PS4 Slim. And you're right, it feels like taking a step back, and I understand why, but it's like, I looked at my games, I don't have any like PS4 games on my console now. It's all PS5 versions, and it's like, these are bigger versions because they've got the 4K assets, they've got like all the new features, they've got maybe patches, like graphic packs, I don't know what fills up, but it fills up, and it does limit what I want to get on it, what I want to buy, and even impulse buys, it's like, I would buy it, but I can't even install it because I'm in the middle of playing this, and like, now that I've filtered it down to what I'm actually playing and games that I don't want, like, Fortnite I didn't want to take off it, and I just made the decision, man, just play an Xbox, and then I'm like, Tony Hawk's, I'm like, I still like the odd, like, 10-15 minutes in Tony Hawk's just to run down in here, go finger Superman, you know, that I don't want to get rid of that game. So yeah, that is a big issue. I would say your standard, not the Series S, but your Series X has got enough out the box to keep you going for a while. PlayStation 5 just doesn't. Like it's got 200 gigabytes less out the box than the Xbox, so that's quite a lot. That's like 2-3 games, maybe more depending on the size of them. So yeah, hard drives are an issue, and it's probably going to have to be resolved before the end of the year if I want to continue. PS5 selling it did come across my mind because prices have went up, and it's crazy that we're coming up to a year on and you still can't go in a store and buy one. I'm never gonna. I'm just baffled, but and they've even said by Christmas it's not going to sort itself out. They said there might be some supplies in warehouses that are being held back for Christmas supplies, but there's no new supplies coming.
I mean, maybe someone like Game,
there'll be reserves.
Like that.
Amazon might have
probably
some
the
reserves
only
or stuff. Yeah.
See, I don't know. I don't think Amazon would. They don't need to. Like,
Maybe like
sell it whatever. They don't give a fuck.
It doesn't matter to me. The biggest console launch this year is the Switch OLED anyway, Andy, as everybody knows, which is out in a week and a bit. And I know you're holding off on yours at the moment, but I cannot.
Yeah. Well, see, we are saying that as PS5 and Series X owners. Like, if we didn't have one, like, we would be fucking like.
I'll say just now.
I wouldn't be doing the show. I would be fucking on like trying to get a PS5.
If you wanted a PS5 properly, you could have had one by now. I'm saying that now. So see all these people still moaning about scalpers? They are achievable if you keep an eye out on the stock list, or if you just pre-ordered one. Like most of the time, if you realised that was in pre-order at midnight, you could have had one day one. You could have had one. They weren't widely available, but they were available enough that I managed to get 3 total pre-ordered. One for you, one for me, and one for Tasha's friend. No, 2 for Tasha's friend.
You didn't get any from me. You didn't get any from me.
I had one on hold for you on Amazon.
Oh, okay. Well, because I got 2.
You managed to get yours, and then I got one for Rachel.
I did not scalp any, by the way. If people watching, I did not scalp any.
No, I didn't either. Like I gave mine to Rachel for like our stepson's Christmas or whatever it was. In fact, I got 2 for Rachel. I'm pretty sure I had 3 sitting in this house at one point. Well, one was mine, obviously. Yeah, I did. That was where my 3 went, because the one that was going to be yours went for one of hers. And then she got because I had 2 disc versions and a disc, so that I didn't scalp them. They were for her because she wasn't up late at night, and like obviously I was making Andy's video, and I thought I'm going to be nice and get everybody one. But I was telling you to get one. You'd managed to get one about the same time as me, but you got a different bundle from me. But yeah, anyway, I don't feel sorry, to be fair. I feel sorry for not gamers. If you're a gamer and you wanted a PS5 and you had the funds, you could get one. If you're a gamer and you moaned because you didn't have the funds, then sorry, it's not for you, and I'm not being mean. I feel more sorry for parents just now that are a bit clueless to this stuff, with their kids going, but I really want one. That's all I want this Christmas. We couldn't get one last Christmas. That's what I feel sorry for.
Yeah. Because the parents last Christmas would have said to the kids, listen, we'll get you one for next Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, Santa's having struggled to make them, blah, blah, blah. Next Christmas, they'll be fine. And then next Christmas is rolling around very quickly, and they're fucked.
Well, we're practically October. We're 2 months away, and I can't see one by now. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Christmas just yet. We'll get there eventually on the big Christmas extravaganza.
It's too soon.
It's too soon. So let's talk about the games that I did buy to fill up this hard drive, Andy. So, Ghost of Tsushima kind of took a weird sidestep for me because PS5 came out and I had to play the new hotness, and it's like, I don't want to play the tail end of last gen. However, they went ahead and done a director's cut, which was like $24.99. Bit pricey for an upgrade, but when you consider they added in all the special edition DLC plus a whole new story with a whole new area, to me, it's justified. That's like your season pass for Assassin's Creed, basically. Plus, you're getting your silky smooth 60 frames per second, and sure, you get your 4K graphics. But at the end of the day, 60 FPS is what feels next gen to me, and that's what I'm sticking with. It plays amazing, Andy. Obviously, it's like jumping back into an old Assassin's Creed. It took me a while, a hot minute, as the kids say, to get the controls. To get the controls back on track, but I finished the bit I was currently saved at. Done a few missions for like the old lady who knew like my dad, I think, started getting me confused, and then she died. And I don't mean to be morbid, but like, see, at that point, I really wasn't enjoying her missions, and Tasha even shook her head, but I said out loud, thank fuck, it means I don't have any more missions for you to do. And I know that's terrible, and it's meant to be a sentimental moment, but I was like, your missions are boring, it's always, go and get me the flowers. I really want the flowers. Or take me here in the forest. And I'm like, I don't want to. Just get in your horse. And then other times she'll get in the horse and gallop off. Like, she's obviously going senile, but I'm like, chase the old lady, then follow her tracks. I'm like, I don't want to. Just let her be in the forest. So, again, this was a side quest I was just polishing up, so I could have left it. What the good thing about the PS5 upgrade is, Andy? Motherfucking haptics. The haptics in it are phenomenal. The speaker's great. Like I played it on the PS4 version on PS5 when I got it, and it still looked good. The speaker they were using, obviously the DualShock 4 technology. Now it's using the DualSense. Oh, it's amazing when you hear like the of the wind to show you a path, any of the music that's playing. So I didn't dive too deep into it because there was another game that I wanted to get into. Because I know Ghost of Tsushima came out couple of weeks ago, the director's cut. I'm nowhere near getting on the new DLC yet. This is a slow burn game, but what this is like, it's like an Assassin's Creed game of old where there's lots to do, but you're not overwhelmed and you actually enjoy just exploring. Some of these more recent Assassin's Creed games, I'm just like, just go to the fucking mission point, do the mission, get on to the next one, boom, 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 and that's how I felt about them for a while. Origins was a wee bit. I'll give Origins its due. It was good, but like Unity, Syndicate, definitely the one in Greece and the new one as well. I've just felt like there's so much. I just want to get my missions. Too much.
Yep.
This has got a lot to do, but it's like everything feels focused to a point where it's meaningful and it's not like necessary side quests like in The Witcher that can expand the rest of your story because it adds to your main quest. These are just like, it feels right for your character to be doing them, and most of the time, apart from that old lady's missions, I'm probably making more of a mountain out of a molehill than it actually is.
Definitely.
But like, they're really fun to do, and the combat's so nice. It literally is the Assassin's Creed game that Assassin's Creed should be again, but it's not. Before I got into my main game, I did play Mass Effect 2, jumped in and played a good few hours of that, Andy. I fucking love this game so bad. I was so worried that it would be another Gears of War 2 for me, like jumping back in. To its credit, this is a full borderline remake. It's as fine a remaster as you can get. Same as like Mass Effect 1. It's out the road now for both of us, and I know you've not started 2 yet, but Mass Effect 2 is just, it's so better than the original version, and so it's not really fair to compare Gears of War 2 because I'm playing the OG version. However, this is a better game than Gears of War 2. The story, the characters, this is a better game than Mass Effect 1. Like, Mass Effect 1's fine. Mass Effect 2, the controls, they've made it more actiony. Instead of overheating though, you do have ammo, which sometimes during a firefight, like, oh shit, I need some bullets, I better go and get them. Which is fine. It's fine, it works. I don't want to spoil anything because I know Andy's not approached this story yet, but I just love this. This game is the one that made me love the universe. Like, I played 1 first, sure, it was fine. I played 1 when I heard about 2, so I never got day 1 in the Xbox 360 when it came out. I played it like a month before 2 came out. 2 came out and it's like, oh my goodness, this is the game. This is it. This is the peak. Gaming will never get better. So the game kind of points you directions. Obviously, as you know, Andy, you'll get, oh, why don't you go and rescue this guy on this planet? Why don't you go and do this? So the game keeps pointing at me like, you need to get a team. After about maybe an hour or 2 in, it's like, you need to build your team, and Shep is like, I want to get my team. And some of your team from the original game are different places. I'm not going to tell you where they are or what's happened to them, but some of them it's not possible to recruit. And obviously, depending on who you saved on Mass Effect 1, because you remember the choice where it's Ashley or Captain Boring Pants Caden. You choose one of those to save, and they carry forward, and so do some of your story choices. So it keeps telling me to go and get the Professor. You need the Professor, you need Morden. And Morden's cool and all, but I find his mission to get him quite boring. You're in a kind of quarantine zone on, I think it's the Amiga station, and is it the Amiga station? I think it is, and I just couldn't be bothered doing it. So I went literally rescued every other team member, including Jack, who usually I leave to last. She's like the prisoner. She's like a female version of Riddick from the Riddick movies, Pitch Black. She's like got mega biotic powers, you know, like in the games how they get the biotics who like can use the powers and things. She's just a shaved head nut job who like hangs about in the basement of your ship and like tries to seduce you every time she can and talks about piracy and overthrowing your ship once you're done with it. And it's like, I'm Shepard. Don't get me wrong, my Jane Shepard, she will agree to that in my next playthrough of these, but my John Shepard's like, no, we're not doing any piracy. Because he's kind of the hero. Jane Shepard doesn't give a shit either. So, I played about 5 hours of this, Andy, in one day. Like, I just sunk into it, because Lexi was at school, Leo went down for a long nap, I'd tidied up, and I was just like, I'm playing this.
A 5-hour nap? Oh my God.
No, Leo never had a 5-hour nap. Leo had Leo had a 2-hour nap and then came downstairs and busied himself. And I was like, I'm okay with this. He's not crying. I gave him some food. He watched for a bit. Wasn't overly interested. Didn't moan to get it off the TVs. Sometimes he hates what's in the telly. And I'm like, I'm just going to leave him to it. So I played and then I put it down. It wasn't 5 hours in one sitting either because Leo has 2 naps a day. So his second nap, after lunchtime, I got another 2 hours out of it. And I'm like, great stuff. So yeah, I realised I was making the game more difficult for myself. I think I'm just playing normal. I didn't go into hardcore insane first playthrough. I probably could, but I didn't. I just want to enjoy it. So I realised I'm like, why the fuck can I not buy this up? How can I not upgrade my ship? Why the fuck are my engines so shit? Because, and slight spoilers, but not story spoilers. When you use your Mass Effect relay, you know, to travel to different parts of the galaxy as you've done before, you actually control your ship, like to fly between the planets. And you've got a fuel meter. And you have to judge your distances and stop at a fuel depot and stock up. And you have to buy like probes if you want to use probes. You have to stock up in fuel.
It's like fucking Days Gone, mate. Jesus.
No, it's not as bad as nowhere near as bad as that. But I'm like, why can't I make it to this fucking planet out here? Because obviously you can tell that your ship's not going to make out there. It's not got enough because it ticks down as you're going. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I need the fucking scientist to be able to upgrade my ship. Because in this game you can upgrade the ship as well, like the weapons. And it's recommended to do so for the final mission. Because this is one of those where you recruit everyone and they all have special favours to ask. And if you don't do the secondary mission, they don't trust you in the final mission. And some of them might die, some of them might betray you, some of them might just not show up. Because these are called loyalty missions. And these are the biggest thing in Mass Effect. They're not as important in the first one. There's only really one big decision in the first one, who to save on the planet. In this one, you need to do these loyalty missions. Like, if you want to get the ending where everybody's there. Because the final mission's literally called the suicide mission. So, like, I'm doing all the loyalty missions, and then, like I said, I got to a point where I'm like, I can't get to hers. How the fuck do I get to the planet? I'm like, yeah. I'm now at the point of the game where I'm like, I know I'm close that I can kind of go and finish it, but I'll probably go and mess about in the Citadel for another few hours, sponsoring shops. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favourite store in the Citadel. Anyway, which gives you a discount, it's worth doing, and it's nice to do. It gives you a good rating, a boost. Good and bad isn't as focused in this game. From what I remember, in the first one, it's very heavily how you can influence conversations. Although your stuff does transfer, like I said, from the original game. So some of your Renegade and Paragon points transfer. And because I'd done the sort of cheat where you talk to the guy repeated times to get the points up, I've got full for everything. So I can do good or bad for most of these decisions. But again, it doesn't really affect your playthrough as much. I don't want to spoil why. If you go Paragon too much, it can affect the way Shepard looks. No further spoilers than that. But you, and I don't like Shepard looking that way. I want Shepard looking like Shepard.
Okay.
Yeah.
He gets a facial surgery to swap his face for John Travolta's face.
No. Kind of. Not really.
Say no,
but,
say no more. Say
I'm
no
not
more.
saying, I don't want to
because,
say anything because you're going to love
I
this
want to
game.
play the game.
And like, see, just playing through it, Andy. Like, so say, like, I got there and I'm like, ah, fuck, I need to go and get this scientist now because I need to go and do their loyalty missions. And I realised how at the beginning, I've only been to the Citadel once. I'm like, I haven't even got this mission that I remember or this mission that I remember. I'm like, do you know what? I need to go and get this fucking scientist. I don't even like him. I never take him on any mission because he's a fucking doctor. Yeah, he used to be in the army and he can shoot a gun. I don't like Morden, and it's not that he's a bad character. I just don't enjoy him. I prefer, like, the cool thing is they've added Zaid right now. Zaid was like a pre-order sort of character only. So seeing the original game,
Right.
you might not have seen Zaid at all, but now they've kind of
Yeah.
bonded him in, and it feels like an essential part of the story. Like, he's like the mercenary that's been hired. I don't want to go through the rest of the character, Andy, because you might realise who's missing and like start questioning that. I don't want to say, but obviously some of your original cast may or may not join you, or they may be busy doing other things, and you may have to coerce them in. I don't want to say anymore, but like, I like the cast in this game far better than the cast in the first game. By cast I mean not voice acting, because voice acting's superb again. I like the crew. The crew's the word. I don't know if I prefer. I don't want to talk about the ship either. I can't talk about that. I like the planets. I like the combat better. I like the movement. You're going to enjoy it so much more. And now that I've sunk some time into it, do you know the thing is, it's the sort of game where I don't want it to end. Like, after that day where I sat and played them all, I think it was Wednesday last week, I was just like, do you know what, I just want to go back and just hang out in the Citadel, just go and talk to folk, listen to people, you know, and because it looks so nice now, I will say this, when you play it, go into your options, because as standard, the motion blur and film grain are on, and they are horrendous looking, as everybody knows. Turn those fuckers off. And you've obviously got preference over quality of performance. I always go for performance because 60 FPS feels next gen, and the game looks fine like that. So yeah, if you've not played the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, I don't know what you're doing. First game, this is as good as it's going to get. If you don't enjoy the first game, just see it through so that you can get your story decisions. Second game is, fuck it, it still proves to me that it's still one of my favourite games of all time, deservedly so, because I've only played this game through once, maybe twice, probably twice, because I did do a complete playthrough as John, 1 to 3. I've played 1 several times. 2, I've played through as Jane. I've only played Mass Effect 3 once as my John Shepard before they even added this other ending in. So technically it's kind of a new ending to me, the epilogue they added in. So I'm looking forward to that. It's such a good game, man. Like, so good. The worlds feel lived in. The Citadel's, I didn't mind the Citadel in the first one. Like, it's iconic. You kind of know where you're going. Like, if I dropped you in the Citadel right now from the first, you would know how to get across the Presidium. You'd know how to get to the consort chambers. You know CSEC. I don't want to say anything more about Citadel, but they've made it bigger now. There's new areas been added and stuff.
Okay.
It's very difficult. I know it's spoilers for like a 10, 15-year-old game, but still, I want you to experience it for the first time and enjoy it. So anyway, the last game that I want to talk about, Andy, is not Mass Effect.
I will say that I'm going to be playing Mass Effect 2 in November. That's when I will be playing it. 1st of November, I will be starting to play that.
Fair.
Because October, I'm doing something different.
You what?
I'm doing
October,
something
you're not
different
going
in
to finish
October.
what you're doing in October, so you better still play Mass Effect 2.
I will tell you in a minute what I'm going to do in October.
If it's what you started tonight, then you're not going to have it finished in a month. Anyway, Death Stranding, PS5, Director's Cut, because I never finished it, Andy. So it looks.
You still hate it, don't you?
Listen,
you still hate it.
It looks amazing. The upgrade was a £5. Yeah. Upgrade was a £5.
Yeah,
I can't argue.
that's good.
Because that's all the DLC that they added and the new twists on things. However, the new things that you get, all the cool fun features, apparently don't happen to the last quarter or last third of the game. So the first third of the game's the exact same. What they have done though, they've missed a trick, and I'll get to what trick they missed in a minute. They've made this game look fucking epic. It looked good anyway. This game looks fucking immense. And I was looking up Digital Foundry to see what was the best way to play it, because obviously, as I've always said, I like performance. It has to be 60 FPS. Quality can take a backseat. So they said put it in widescreen, which is Kojima's chosen way of playing it. And I've got a big enough telly, black borders. Don't mind, because it gives you a wider field of view, which is great, especially during the encounters with the fucking things. And then it says whack it on quality mode, because when you've got it in that aspect ratio, it fixes it to 60 FPS with 4K.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness. Probably one of the best looking games I've ever played. This version,
Nice.
like this. It's the same fucking game though, right? So I got the bike handy, so I have got further than I was.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
And I've left it at, I got to a boat place, like a port, like halfway across the map, maybe?
Yep.
Yeah, halfway across the eastern map. My next stop is to try and get a... Oh, I've got a boat. I just need to mop up some stuff and then go in the boat. I'm maybe 5 hours, 6 hours into this game, maybe longer, and I'm still not 100% sure on how things work, being honest. The menus are way too complicated. Like, the menu, you open up the menu, you're like, it's like going to the kebab shop after a night out and going, I'm going to try one of these curries. Like, legitimately, so confusing. Don't get me wrong, to Kojima's credit, every fucking step you take comes with an instruction added to the in-game manual, so it's all written down of how to do everything. I don't understand and I've read that people finish the game still not understanding how to do half the stuff in it, so it's not an issue. Basically, as long as you know, take this shit here, you can finish the game. Obviously throw in boss fights and that's it, finish the game. The lores, I get kind of the main story that I've got to kind of find my half-sister, step-sister, adopted sister, whatever it is, Amelie or whatever she is. She's been kidnapped supposedly, even though I kind of know the ending of it. And I've got to go across and get her and reconnect America because my mum was the president and she's dead now. And like the reaction to like the president dying on the floor next to me out of her bed was kind of subdued. Like, it's like, that's not suspect. Like, I'm pretty sure even if Biden's son was lying next to him on the floor and he was dead, there'd be questions asked to Biden. But anyway, I got to just go and take some more parcels out. She's dead now. In fact, they actually said America needs to continue on. That's what they said. And they replaced her within like half an hour. I went and dropped something off, came back, and they went, we've got a hologram of your kind of half-sister here, and she's now going to take over once you go and rescue her while you drop off everybody's parcels on the way. Okay, Amazon boy, out you go. So one of my biggest problems is, like, I get how to build like bridges and ladders and the basics, right? When you want to upgrade these things, because they can deteriorate with that fucking time rain bullshit, which they made out to be more like, seeing the opening cutscene where it's like hide in the cave and like, I'd done all that bit before because it will kill you. I've been out in that fucking stuff for ages and nothing fucking happens unless you come across the ghost, the black
BTs.
ghost things.
Yeah.
But they made it out as if you even step on it, it can like ruin your skin. It's like all he needs to do is put up a hood. And that's unsafe.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So I'm like, right, you made a bigger deal of this than it actually is. Okay, Peter Molyneux. So sometimes I'll go to a bridge and I'm like, Joe, I will reinforce this. And then I'm like, what's the fucking point? None of these bridges have deteriorated with any of this rain. They're always there. And anyway, I went to do it and I went, okay, I'll take out some metal from my base. And he's got a fucking tower the size of the Leaning Tower in his back. And I'm like, I just wanted to take out one. And then you go, okay, I'll take off some from my back. And do you know what he does? He just says, fuck it, and throws everything off his back. And you have to spend about 10 minutes picking up. And you pick up 3 things and he's like, And I'm like, just give me a quicker warning of when I'm overcome. But like, I know you can carry more stuff later on in the game, but see at the start bit, the first kind of quarter that I'm in, because I'm near the end of like the second chapter and stuff, it's like, just be a bit more obvious. That's the thing, like, I want to play it because I'm in a Kojima kind of mood, and Metal Gear Solid 5 sucked, and it's not PS5, and this looks amazing. I don't even care about the gameplay at the moment. I just kind of want to get to the end and see it through, because the gameplay sucks. It's literally deliver to a few bandit camps in each area, sync them up, go back to the main bit, and then you have to go to the next main bit. And whenever you have to go to the next main bit, and sometimes you go to a bandit camp, the wee black ghosts appear, and you basically just hold your breath for a bit till the wind greets, and then run past them. That is this. That's this game. That's it. And then you get a fucking bike that Andy says is better, that won't go over any terrain. The minute a guy shoots you, you end up fucking falling off it anyway because he electrocutes you. And if you hit a rock, you stop. It's like,
and
this bike could go over these.
Yeah. In fairness, the bike I gave some praise to in comparison to
Days Gone bike, it's not good.
No. In comparison to the walking, because the walking is bad, and if you're on the bike, it's easier to travel.
Right.
But I had not played Days Gone at that point, and Days Gone's
Yeah.
bike is like
Night and day.
spot
Yeah.
on. The bike in this is fucking terrible.
It's
And obviously,
horrible.
you're playing it the other way about, so
Yeah,
you've got
I've
the
really seen
perfect
it.
bike, and
Yeah.
you're now like got the worst bike in the world.
So like this bike shit, like half the time, as you'll know, Andy, seeing your main mission in each big area, because I've done about 3 big areas now, you have to climb over a mountain at some point, right? The bike doesn't go up it, and you just have to abandon the fucking thing.
Yep.
And I know you can build them later on, but it's like, what's the point? It looks like an all-terrain vehicle, and it can only go up so high, and it's like, nah. And then by that point, those fucking robber guys have scanned you in orange, and they're shooting at you, and you're like, go away, guys. So anyway, like, I'm not finding it overly hard. I'm making it sound like I'm struggling. I'm not struggling with the game at all. What I'm struggling with is the fucking walking, which is most of the game. And see, to be honest, to make life easy for yourself, you have to slow it down, because you have to constantly go left or right, right? So if you just hold L2 and R2, it kind of holds these straps and it makes them more steady unless you're going downhill. So to make things easier for yourself, you might as well just hold L2 and R2 for the whole time, and then you don't fall as much. Because if you fall and break your cargo, sometimes you have to restart missions, which I did once. I'm like, are you joking? It's like hold left, hold right, and I fell, and my thing went all the way down the hill, and I didn't have one of the respray things, and it's like, it's beyond repair, it was red, and I'm like, I have to go back and accept this mission. I fucking get it. Right. So now what I do is I just hold L2 and R2, and he fucking goes so slow, and then see those encounters with the ghosts. Oh, you have to stand perfectly still and scan to see the ghost, because the minute you move, you can't see it. And it's like, you're slowing me down even more in a slow-paced fucking game. Like, there was a bit where, just before I came to that bit with the boats, where I have to kind of climb up a rocky hill to go to, like, a cave to overlook to get the amazing views, because what Kojima likes to do is introduce each area after a mountain with an epic view and a brand new song to hear. And it's always some shit folk fucking sounding music with, like, anyway. Hey, do you know who it reminds me of? Moby style music. Moby. Bet Kojima fucking loved Moby. So anyway, Moby had a couple of good songs, but he's a boring bastard. So like, anyway.
He didn't. All his songs are terrible.
He had a couple of good songs, I mean. But anyway, like, so you're at the top of this thing, and you've just made your way through all these black things, and see the minute you get caught, you might as well let them kill you, because like, see tapping square, it just damages fucking everything, takes so long, and you might be a foot away from getting out. And guess what happens? His wee pal that was over the other side just comes in, you hear boom, 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 and he grabs you, and it's like, now you're back at the fucking end of the line, and you have to come back up the line, and then you have to restart a whole section, but you've lost half your gear, so you have to navigate between the ghosts again and get your gear. And I know the grenades can slow them down, but the fucking combat in this game is awful as well. The combat sucks balls. No. Like, nothing is good in this game about the mechanics. The bike shit, the walking shit, the combat shit. And this game is a walking simulator where sometimes you need to use combat. I wouldn't even say the stealth's good compared to like Metal Gear. I wouldn't even say the sneaking's good at all. So I'm like, I'm just playing this to see how crazy Kojima can get and meet all the cool characters. And like, there's something about it that's compelling to go back to, but it's not the gameplay. Yeah. Like, and I've never had a game like it, and that's what Kojima says it's genre defined. Is it, or is it just a pile of shit? Like, is this Kojima's biggest trick?
I don't think it's a pile of shit. There's definitely some good things in the game. Like there was a lot of missteps though. Like I really like the characters. Characters are definitely the strongest part of the game. Well, that's fine. But I didn't particularly like the storyline. I didn't particularly like the gameplay. I liked the world, how the world changed as the game went along.
Yeah, because you see bits that other players are putting down. It's not a spoiler, and they practically got the end rune.
Okay, well, that was really cool to see, the paths starting and stuff.
Yeah, I've got the paths, and you can light the paths for other players and bridges and stuff.
Yeah, no, not even that though, because like seeing that when you start off the game, very beginning, it's just like all green, and you're just walking, and you're the only one.
And there's no metal or ladders or anything.
Yeah, but like then as you go along, like sometimes you'll get to a bit, and it's like because it's been walked on so many times by players, like the grass is eroded away, and there's like a path through.
And they'll be like,
a
footpath.
Yeah, and you just walk through, and then obviously later on in the game, you're getting like there's ladders and stuff that other people have put there, and then you get roads and bridges and stuff.
Yeah,
and like that shit was really cool to see, like as the game went along. And then when
you go back playing
to like, older areas.
but
Yeah,
it's
sort of,
not
yeah.
direct co-op. What I've noticed
Yeah.
as well is if you shout and you go, hey, and somebody says
Someone
hey
else
back,
shouts
it means
back,
that there's
yeah.
somebody in your instance. And like,
Yeah.
I actually seen, like, there was a sign or something, and I seen the light going up, and I shouted hey, and I heard hey back, but you can't see the person. And the funny thing is,
Yeah.
when you go, my name's Sam, and all you hear back is, my name's Sam too. And that's it. You can only say like
Yeah.
3 things, you can't control it. It's like, hey, who's there? And my name is Sam, and that's it. So I don't know, like, because I've never heard anyone just shouting when I'm in the game to reply, so I don't know if it just automatically responds when there's someone near you. Do you know what I mean?
No, I've heard shout as well.
Oh, so you can
I'm sure
shout
I've heard
back.
a shout as well.
Right, well, I've
Yeah,
not heard
yeah.
shout, but I've shouted and they've shouted back. And I've seen likes go up while I'm there, so they're obviously in the same instance, but the players are invisible to you. You can't see them. So that's really cool. Do you know what? Like, what Kojima needs? He needs someone to rein him in. That's why Metal
Yep.
Gears were so
100%.
perfect, is because Kojima's got all these blah, 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 ideas. See, to perfect it, he needs someone to go, here is the line, Kojima. We stay within this, Kojima. Okay,
Yeah,
Kojima-san, you stay within this line. And it makes the perfect sort of games. Like, Metal Gears were all, mwah, every one of them, even Metal Gear 5, you could tell Kojima didn't want to do that. And he left halfway through production as well. He gave up. Like, he was like, I'm done working for this company. So whatever happened there was bad. But see, Metal Gear 1, 2, 3, 4, even Peace Walk and stuff, like, so good. This has some great fucking ideas. It's compelling. Kojima could write some of the craziest lore, brand new stories. Like, he can pluck a brand new universe out of thin air and you're like, I'm interested. But the story is just went off in so many tangents. It's like, these are the ramblings of a madman. He needs someone to rein him in and make him coherent. What Kojima needs is a working partner. Maybe not like a studio, but he needs like a guy by his side. Like, do you know who he needs to hire? He needs to hire the man of many jobs. He needs to hire Reggie to just kick about with him and keep him in line. Because he'll understand what Kojima's going for, but he'll know what's marketable and what will make it a coherent product.
I think Reggie's too nice to rule Kojima in. Too
Possibly, but you know what I mean. He needs someone. He needs someone
Someone, yeah.
that can reel him in,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to be like a studio. Do you know who might? And this is me stirring the pot of Microsoft rumors and Kojima. Phil Spencer could do that.
See, I don't think he would. I think Phil Spencer
would leave
do
him
the
do
exact
it.
same thing as what
Yeah.
Sony did. They'd just
And
go,
leave
okay,
him to-
Kojima, like,
But-
like you make amazing games, Death Stranding, oh my god.
What
Like,
I'm
go
saying
make
is,
another game.
Kojima, Phil Spencer could reel him in and be like,
Good.
let's
He
nudge it this way, but he won't. No, you're right. Everyone
No,
wants.
he wouldn't.
And see Death Stranding 2. Kojima doesn't give a shit about the
Oh
reviews
my
because
god.
cause,
It's gonna
like,
be
it's going to be
Morty.
insane because like, and I've got a funny feeling that if it's not multi-format, it's going to be an Xbox exclusive. I definitely think they're in talks with Kojima. I definitely think Xbox are in
I
talks.
mean, Sony financed that game in some ways. I don't think that's going to come to
And they look at
Xbox.
Bayonetta. Would you have told me that Bayonetta was going to be a Nintendo fucking exclusive ever? Nope, not when it was. At its
Probably
peak.
not, no.
Nintendo
No.
swooped in and went, "We'll have it." Nintendo financed one of the biggest AAA hack and slash games out there, like second only to Devil May Cry, in my opinion. And even then, some folk would rate it above Devil May Cry. So, anyway, crazy game. If you've got it and you've
Yeah.
not played it, drop the £5. DLC wise, I don't think there's much. I think it's like
It's a race. You can do races.
no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the standard DLC, like from the specialized. I think it's like a gold cap and gold glasses. That's it.
Oh.
There is. You're talking about the added features. Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
a racing circuit. Why would ever want to race these vehicles? I have no idea. There's
Yeah, they don't
also
drive good. Like a Days Gone
Yeah.
race. I would do that.
yeah, I would do a
that'd be
bike race. Do you know what I would like? And I've talked about this before. A Route 66 game when
Tony-
it's like
fine. Tony Kart Racer. Where
No,
you have
no,
the
no,
Death
no.
Stranding
No,
bike
no,
against
no, no.
the Days
No.
Gone
I would like a Route 66 game where you drive and different events happen along the way. Kind of like the first half of what film I think in vampire film with Quentin Tarantino and George Clooney.
Oh, from Dust Till Dawn.
The first half of that movie, but like it's across
Yeah.
Route 66 with the Death Stranding bike. No. With Days Gone bike. But anyway, Death Stranding, yeah. Drop the £5 because also I hear they've updated some things to make it easy. Do you know what would be great? And I don't think it would take it out of the game at all. Make it optional. Let me fast travel back to some places because see sometimes when I've done the mission and it applies to all games, I don't want to have to backtrack that much, especially when the walking isn't fun and the terrain is not fun to maneuver over. Let me fast travel. See, the minute I've done it, just either play a cutscene where I'm returning to the base. I don't want to have to walk all the way back, especially if it starts fucking raining, because sometimes these are scripted and it's like forcing you to go through BTs, and it's pointless because all you're trying to do is return back, and it's like, this is just a scripted event. It doesn't feel natural. It feels, because I loaded it up again, and it's like the rain happened at the exact same point. So I'm like, do you know what? I'm just going to go the long way around the mountain, and I avoided it. So it's like a scripted BT event for that part, and it didn't feel natural. And I'm like, all I'm trying to do is go back to the main hub at Central Knot City, and it wouldn't let me. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm going over the mountain. But yeah, it adds, like, see your buddy bot, apparently it can do a lot more now. Like, what you can do is load it up with secondary deliveries, and you can send it off, and it can fail deliveries, it can retrieve. And I've seen a clip of, you can sit in the buddy bot and tell it to deliver you, so that's almost like fast travel, but you have
fast travel, yeah.
So see, when I get that, the game might be a lot better, but from what I hear, you only get it in the last third of the game when it's practically useless. Like, a lot of people are saying, even though this is the best version, a lot of the new additions would be better in the first half of the game to make it slightly easier for newcomers, because the bits that people didn't like are still part of this game. The reason that a lot of the critics are giving it a higher score is because when people reflect on Death Stranding, it's Kojima's magnum opus. It's fucking not. It's Kojima just gone crazy without any control. Like, no one's going, this won't work, mate, because it's his studio.
To be fair, like, I did still like the game. Like, I would never go back and play it again. And like, I did complete it, and I only ever completed one of Kojima's other games, which was Metal Gear Solid 1.
See, this is what I mean, like
2 or 3.
No,
so, like, as far as Kojima games go, for me, it's Metal Gear Solid 1, and then Death Stranding.
But you don't have any point of view to base that on, to be fair. So, like,
I've the 2 games I've completed.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, for me, it's Kojima, and I do love Kojima, and, like, I think he's a cool kind of almost eccentric, crazy, like, out there guy, and, like, he likes Mix Madison and he likes Norman Reedus, who are 2 very different actors. Do you know what I mean? And, like, he likes weird music, and, like, he's slammed them all together in this one thing and went, do you know what? I love supernatural shit. I've tried to tell it through Metal Gear. They wanted me to make James Bond, and I was like, no, there's got to be vampires. And, like, it's a blend. I honestly think I'm not trying to take away an artist's vision, but I almost think it would be more palatable for us if there was someone there just funneling them or reining them back in slightly.
Yep.
I'm not meaning, like, keep them in a box, pardon the Metal Gear Solid pun, but I mean, like, bringing them back in. Like, I mean, like, once every few months, where you at, Kojima? And somebody just giving them pointers going, have a look. Do you know, I don't mean saying you can't do that. I mean, this to the general public might be a wee bit easier because you're, do you know, like that's what I mean.
Will not like this video.
Yeah, what I'm saying is there is a great game hidden in here.
There is, yeah, there is.
That's as nice as I can be about it. I do want to see it through. I think there's something beautiful about it, and do you know what it feels like? We talked about this last week when we were talking about the Artful Escape. This is a fucking concept album. Yeah,
totally.
Where some parts are really cool and other parts are just like, wow, that went on far too long and doesn't really fit. Mm-hmm. That's what this is. This is totally. Kojima's 6-minute guitar solo with no vocals. That's what this is. So anyway, £5 for the upgrade. I can't complain.
Yeah.
If I had to pick what one I prefer for fun factor, it's got to be the Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, which is phenomenal. However, do you know it's that way? But it's like, it's the curiosity box where it's like, I need to know where this goes a bit more. Like, I know roughly the ending, but I need to see the plot points and stuff as I go, even how crazy they are.
I think you need to meet the characters, like, because the characters are what
that sort of stuff
like, push you through that game. Like,
you talked about characters and things, and the Heartman guy and stuff like that, and I'm like,
Heartman is awesome. Like, he's probably my favourite video game.
The guy that dies
last,
every so often, isn't it? Yeah. Every day or something. It's like, I need to meet him.
Every 20 minutes
but
or something. It's brilliant.
But the problem with me is that I'm not going into it looking forward to it. Like, Final Fantasy VII, you look forward to it for the upgrades, the weapons, the characters, the gameplay is great. Like, Ghost of Tsushima, it's exploration. You know, this, I don't think it's a different genre. I think what he's done is took a third-person action game and just went, but this time you're a postman. Like, that's what's happened. It's not a different genre. Like, I wouldn't say it's its own genre at all. I think he's got a clever co-op system and a third-person action game and toned down the action. That's my opinion on it. Like, it's not like I'm playing this and going, this doesn't feel like any game I've played before. What it feels like is a third-person action game with Kojima with the reins off. Even though he was touting it as a brand new genre, like, he did create a new genre with Metal Gear Solid, stealth action. There's no doubt about it. But see, with this, you're not going to see copycats of this because
No.
what the fuck is it? It's a third-person action game where you deliver parcels? I ain't doing that. Like, that's not going to spawn a new wave, even though he said it will spawn a whole new genre. It's not going to. But again, there's a great game hidden in here somewhere. There's going to be some people where this is their favourite game of all time who it just clicks with. Me, I'm telling myself I need to play it and I want to play it just to see it through. It's not because it's compelling gameplay, the story's not exactly engaging that much, but it's like, what the fuck's he going to do next? It's more of the shock value, curiosity, sort of that thing that I'm playing it for. But anyway, basically that's all I played. I played a shitload of Mass Effect 2. I played quite a lot of Ghost of Tsushima, polishing off just like wee village quests and upgrading some stuff. I didn't find any more foxes in it. And then Death Stranding was the third game. I don't think I played anything else at all. So I'll pass you over to the man of the moment, Andy, and he can tell us what he's been playing this week.
Yeah, so I've been doing some more Days Gone. Still plugging away at that. I'm pretty much ready to go back over the mountain, but my companion, and I'll not tell you who it is for spoilers. My companion has been sequestered.
Because this is a game where I decide, you know what, I'm going to get back into it, and I download it. So there's a chance that I'll go back to this at some point.
Yeah. So I'm not spoiled the bits for you, but yeah. So like I'm in the south part of the map, and I'm wanting to go back north with my companion, but they've been captured. So it's like they've not been captured. They were in a camp working, and then they got moved to another area in the camp, and they're not allowed to leave now. So, but I'm still going out and doing errands, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bust you.
Well,
out
I know
here.
who that
so
is. I think from where I'm in the story, because I'm currently searching camps for like your wife or fiance.
Okay, well, I'm not telling you who it is, but so I'm trying to bust this person out now. After I've done a bunch of missions and stuff, so I'm now where they're like, okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna try and work on like a zombie cure, basically. I'm like, okay,
It's
like,
definitely your
cool,
wife because she's a
go for it.
doctor. So you just ruined the whole game.
Well,
for
not
me, Andy.
necessarily.
It's not going to be your drunk guy in the tower who in my game's been there for 2 years going, just go and feed me more.
But anyway, so like we need to go work on a zombie cure, and we need to go back south to do that. But this person's been captured in this camp and is not being allowed to leave. So I need to bust them out. So I've got back in touch with the guy O'Brien, the helicopter guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
So I've got back in touch with him, and he's like, "Come and meet me." So I went and met him, and then it's like, "Okay, I'll contact me once you're ready. Like I'll evac you." Like, all right, cool, that's fine. But I don't have. Again, it's the stage where I'm like, I don't have the next main fucking mission. So I need to do the right side. Yeah, I need to do the right side mission to then trigger the.
Which is
next main
bullshit.
mission.
Just make it all main missions if that's the case. Like,
Problem. Yeah, totally. And the problem with the only side mission that I've got that's like an actual side mission right now, because I've got a bunch of bounties and like clear out the camp and like defeat like blow up the nest and whatnot. But the only actual like side mission that I've got is a mission to go and retrieve an MP3 player for a guy. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like I'll go to the camp, whatever it is. I'll find his MP3 player. I'll take it back to him. No issue. Like usually these sort of camps, there's 1 or 2 zombies there. Get to the camp. Fucking horde right in it. I'm like, oh my god. And like there's 4, it doesn't tell you exactly which hut it's in. There's like 4 huts you have to look in, and it's going to be in one of them. So you can't even just like go to one hut and then boost. I need to look in the 4 huts, and by the time you look in the 4 huts, it's like boom. I'm like, oh my god. So you basically need to kill the horde. But so I looked it up and I'm like, how the fuck do you do this? Because I can't, like, it's a difficult horde to get. I'm like, how the fuck do you do this? And like, I looked it up, and it's like, go during the daytime. There are no freakers there, and I'm like, what? But at nighttime, if you go there, there's basically guaranteed to be a horde there. I'm like, okay. So like, because I do have fast travel to some places available because I've cleared out some nests and I have some routes available. That's fine. So I fast traveled to like a little bunker that I had unlocked. Went there. I'm like, cool. I'll go to sleep. Got up, got on my bike, drove straight to the place, went in, fucking horde there. I'm like how long did I sleep for? Like, because it was still kind of like it's. I wasn't sure if it was like daytime or if it was just like clouds because it wasn't dark. It wasn't dark. It was like
Yeah, the weather system's
kind of
pretty good in the
overcast
game.
looking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what time of day it is here at all. So like, how am I gonna? And what can I just wait? Does time pass if you just wait? I don't know. So I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Like I need to. I probably just need to fucking try and kill this fucking horde.
See
Which is
what
a
you might be referring
nightmare.
to, because again, the hordes are scripted, kind of. Well, they're not scripted fully, but they're always in the same place.
Yeah.
The hordes.
Yep.
It might mean that there's no freakers walking about, just normal freakers.
Oh no, like the guy didn't tell me that. Like I looked this up, like
All right.
because I had to look up a guide for it after I died like 15 times and try to fucking get rid of this horde and try to jump in, jump out, and I just couldn't do it. I didn't because like I didn't know there was a horde there the first time, like because it shows up like there's a few nests there, and I'm like, oh, these are just things coming out the nest, and then like I kept killing, and I ran out of bullets, and I'm like, they're still fucking coming, and there's too many things here. Like, oh my god. And then after I died a few more times, I'm like, right, I need to look up how to do this because this is just too hard. There doesn't seem to be a particularly good way to sneak in if the horde's there. So you need to go in daytime, but I need to get it to daytime. So that's kind of where I'm at with Days Gone. I put it down there, and that was a day or two ago, and I'm like, right, I'll go back after a couple of days. I need a couple of days away from this whole nonsense. So then anyway, I played two other games. Firstly, I picked up Life is Strange True Colors. So that's the new Life is Strange game that came out earlier on this month.
I don't keep up with Life is Strange, so there's always DLC or something out for that game.
There is only 4 games.
Fucking
There's Life is Strange 1, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Life is Strange 2.
Already lost. Naming conventions are wild.
Naming conventions are wild because this feels a lot more like Life is Strange 2 than what Life is Strange 2 did. Because Life is Strange 2 I did not like. Apart from the first part of the first sort of episode, it was good, and then after that, it was not a good game. But anyway, this game, like, it's Life is Strange. It's what you would expect if you played the games before. You're playing as a new character this time, Alex, and she's going home from being away for a long time, basically, to meet up with her brother. All the dialogue and stuff is spot on, absolutely great. Voice acting's perfect. The sound is good as well. Like Life is Strange has always been a big one for having a good soundtrack and good music and stuff playing. Like it's never like my type of music because I'm more into like kind of heavy like rock music and stuff, metal and things. But like the music fits the setting well. So like they've got a lot of kind of like indie music, like light indie rock and stuff, and it all fits very well. And it sounds nice when you're listening to it and like looking at the visuals. So props to them and all of the sound design and all that stuff. Great casting's great, everything like that. And like I say, the dialogue is spot on. I've only played this for like an hour, right? And I noticed a massive problem with it within about 1 minute. 1 minute is all it took for me to notice this problem, Ali. And it's something that you were talking about earlier in a game.
Right.
About 60 FPS.
Okay.
60 FPS and performance mode. So as soon as you start the game, like you're like obviously it plays a cutscene and that sets up the story, fine. Then you start walking. I'm like, alright, okay. Camera feels a bit and I'm like looking around and I'm like, something's a bit off here. I'm like, let me go and tweak some settings. So I tweaked camera sensitivity. It wasn't that. It was okay. Went in to look at the graphical options. There weren't any. Like, oh, that's strange because this is a PS5 game, and I bought the native PS5 version of this game. Like I bought PS5 disc, not a PS4 version, so I know I'm playing the right version. I'm like, this doesn't feel right, and like then as I say, with this is all within the first minute of me actually playing the game, like the gameplay of the game. I'm like, this is 30 frames a second. I can fucking see this is 30 frames a second. So I'm like, I walked along a bit more, and I'm like, definitely this doesn't feel good at all. Went and looked up. It is 30 frames a second locked for the game.
Oh,
There's no option to change it. It's just 30 frames a second, full stop. That's what you get. I'm like, oh, fuck off. Like, this is annoying because, like, this game would probably look all right if it was 60. And why this is a PS5? Like, the graphics are not like the graphics are okay. Now, the lip movement's improved a lot, I'll give them that. But the graphics are like, it looks like a PS4 game. It doesn't look like a PS5 game. So, why the fuck is it not 60 frames a second on a PS5? Surely that should have been like.
Death Stranding
what we
isn't a
did.
PS5 game. It's just like an enhanced. It's not full PS5.
Is it? It is a PS5 game because they
Incorrect
did.
information.
They did. It says PS5 on it, does it not? There's a
No.
PS5 box you can
No.
buy.
Nope. It's not a PS5 game.
But anyway, I'm not talking about. I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about Life is Strange
All right, yeah, that is.
because it is a PS. That is a PS5 game.
Yeah, it's a
and it
PS5
is
game.
locked, and it is locked to 30 frames a second, which is baffling to me because it doesn't look that good. So it could easily be 60 frames a second. But anyway, like I say, I've played it for an hour so far. That's going to bug me for the entire game, which is annoying because I love Life is Strange. And like I was looking up to see if they're going to patch it or anything like that, and they're like, the developers were talking about it in a couple of different like interviews and stuff, and they were like, no, it's an artistic decision. They've decided to make it 30 frames a second
Artistic.
across the board. Yeah, I'm like, okay, like if I get maybe it would look slightly different on PS5, but it would look fucking better. Like just make it look the best it can on the
What
console.
that says to me is it's easier because it's the same across the board.
Yeah, I think it says to me as well that like it would have required quite a bit more engineering for them to make it 60 in the Series X and PS5 versions. I think they should have done it. I think it would have been 100% worthwhile because, as I say, I noticed it within the first fucking minute of playing the game. And that's not good when you're being taken out of the game by like, I'm like, oh, something doesn't feel quite right here because on PS5, we're so used to playing games at 60 now. Like, you're like, oh my god. Jeez, fix this shit. But hopefully they patch it, but I don't think they will. So yeah, I played that. I will play through it anyway because I love the story of these type of games, and the characters they get are always great. So I will play through this. Anyway, the other game that I picked up and played it for a couple hours today. Was Dark Souls Remastered. So I'm back on the horse with the challenge
Yes.
of Dark Souls Remastered. So I've obviously played and beaten Bloodborne. Thank you. Yes. I am the king of Bloodborne. Thank you. The king of the Souls games. So I am moving on to my second Souls game to try to beat another one. And this one, like, this is also a remaster of an old game, and you can tell, like, it doesn't look good. It doesn't feel that fluid compared
Oh,
to.
it's not fluid. It's very stiff.
Yeah, compared to like what I've been used to playing with Bloodborne.
Even Demon Souls remake.
Yeah, but like I can see the beginnings of like where Bloodborne comes from, which is kind of cool. The enemy designs are crap though, like compared to like the Bloodborne ones that even right at the beginning of the game, they're like fucked up werewolves and like all the guys with the big hatchets and everything like that.
It
Like,
was
they
a lot
were
more
cool
gothic
fucking
though,
designs.
steampunk, gothic steampunk.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
They
more
were
kind of
like-
like
they
fantasy,
were-
high fantasy.
Yeah, those were like iconic, different designs, like new. Like you wouldn't. I've never seen
like
anything like that.
skeletons for the
in a
first
game
5
or
hours.
anything before. Yeah, and this one is like, here's a skeleton.
Here's
Here's
another
a bigger skeleton.
Here's one with a shield.
Here's a troll. I'm like, okay, I'm like this is dull, but all right, fair enough. Here's like a zombie-looking guy. Here's a guy with red eyes. I'm like,
And that's just
okay.
a skeleton with red
Fine.
eyes. It's just a skeleton with skin with a zombie.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like working through it so far. Like the enemies are not too difficult for the most part. I've been killed a couple of times. The first boss was like really terrible, like because you look at it and you're like, holy fuck, this is gonna be impossible to kill. And like it killed me the first time, mostly because I was just daunted by what it was, because it was
Yeah.
like I dropped down and it's like, oh, a huge big fat
seems-
fucking thing.
Sorry, I obviously don't want to interrupt too much because I want to hear what you thought, but this seems very much Dark Souls its whole mantra is you'll die the first time because you're getting killed by the unexpected, and then the next time you know what's in the room and you'll take it a different way.
Yeah.
Like I said about the Taurus demon, and it's like whack, you're dead. Or like the night where it just flattened me, and it's like, oh, I know you're there now. I'm not going to do it. And it seems to be that every time I've came across a boss or a mini boss like that, it's kind of like, oh shit, I didn't expect you here because it's been skeleton. Oh, there's a surprise. And I think that's what it's going to do to the end of the game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably is. But yeah, I think I can work through it. But like, I beat that big fat boss thing on the second attempt, and it was fine because it's very slow, so you can get around it. And, like, your character does move very slowly though. Like, he does have a roll though, which I discovered. I'm like, okay, because like I did dodge.
You can jump
roll
as
and-
well.
Oh, okay, I didn't know you could. How do you jump?
So you have to run and then tap run as you're running. Yeah, you can so you can
Right,
jump across
okay.
rooftops. So if you run to the end
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you tap it, it's hard to time. It's not like you can jump like
Yeah.
Mario, but if you're running and you
Yeah.
tap it, yeah.
Okay, cool. You could probably do that in Bloodborne as well, but I never bothered trying to work it out because I did see sometimes things where it's like there's like a wee note over there, and I'm like, how the fuck did someone get over there? Like there's like it's like a locked balcony. Like you can't get there from anywhere else. How did you get there? But anyway, like yeah, this game's okay so far. Like it's definitely not as good as Bloodborne. Like Bloodborne like perfected this type of game for sure. But this one I can see the makings of it, and I would say it's probably like because I played a little bit of Demon Souls like on the PS3 years and years ago, and this one feels more like Bloodborne than it does Demon Souls. So you can see the kind of like evolution going towards that. So
However,
I
Demon's
think
Souls remake feels better than Bloodborne to play because it's obviously like the newest one.
yeah, probably the gameplay does, but I don't like the way that.
Yeah, you
Set
die,
up
you're
and it
back at
seems-
the start. There's no bonfire.
Yeah. So I don't want to do that. I quite like the bonfire mechanic where it's like a check. It's basically a checkpoint. like cool. I can live with checkpoints.
So
like, 'cause I
my
only need to
grind
go a little
spot
bit
was
and then die and come back.
so you know how you got to the Taurus Demon. You have to run across the bridge while the guy firing the arrows at you. So see the bonfire there.
Yep.
That's my grind spot. So I would just go back to the bonfire, and then the archers at the top would appear, the guys with the shields down the bottom. Then you'd go over the bridge, beat the guys in that room, and then I'd
In
go
the
back
little
to the
houses,
bonfire.
yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah.
that's where I've been grinding for the past few hours.
I knew that was your grind spot as soon as like I got to that, like,
Yeah.
and killed the guys, and I'm like, because I got up to like 1,000 souls, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna go back and level up, and I'm like, I bet you this is Ali's grind spot.
It is. And you can imagine how I felt when I lost the 4,000 souls when the Taurus Demon like yeeted me off the side.
Yeah.
I was like,
See, like when I found him, like he never yeeted me off the side, but I was like, I'll try and fight him. I didn't have any heals left at that point, and I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'll try and fight him, but no chance. So I will go back and try him again. At some
but he's
point.
optional. That's what I mean. See, now I know he's optional. I'm like, you can get the fuck. I do not need to beat you. It says, to be honest, the reward for getting him isn't even that great. It's a way of like your second playthrough of getting some items or whatever it is quicker.
Okay, irrelevant. I won't even do it then. I won't even go back and look.
Yeah. Like apparently there's something to do with tails, like cutting off the tails of dragons. That's one of the most important things. And this is one of the bosses without a tail. Like, so you don't need it. I don't know what that means because I've not came across a boss with a tail yet.
Well, I mean, thing is, right?
Where
Like,
you want to go is
in-
down the stairs. See how you went up the stairs through the grey
Yeah,
door,
yeah.
down the stairs to the locked door, but you might need to search the whole undead bug for the key because you didn't choose the master key that will open all the
Nope.
doors.
Nope.
But that's the way forward. That's the way to progress. But be aware there is a knight at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
Who flanks you.
But yeah, I'll be able to get through that at some point. But I think I've progressed okay in it so far for only playing it for like 2 hours.
Oh yeah, that bit's not hard to get to. That's just where I've decided to stay for 3 hours on top of that to grind because I'm like level 26 now, I believe. There.
Fuck's sake. I've got to level 9, I think. So
Yeah, I was about 9-10 when I got there. I just grind
Yeah.
to get my health bar up because enemies scale to your level, so it doesn't make a difference.
I mean, it probably helps a little bit with the
You can take a
the
few more
health.
hits from a skeleton.
Yeah. But I would imagine there'll be much more difficult games. Like, difficult
Levels.
enemies in that
Oh,
game.
there will be, yeah.
later on. Yeah.
I want to be ready for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it enough so far. Like I say, you can definitely tell it's an older game, but like, I didn't immediately go like, oh, I wonder if I can fix this 30 frames a second problem.
Yeah, true.
But like that's because it's like it is definitely a locked, smooth
Put it
30 frames
this
a
way,
second. Like
it's playable
it's
on
fine.
Switch. Put it that way.
It's yeah, and like I'm playing on PS4. It's playable enough. It's all right.
Do you know I've got Dark Souls 1, 2 and 3 because I bought the trilogy on sale on Xbox. And I probably should have just played it there, but when I started Dark Souls, it was during lockdown, it was easier for me to get gaming done on Switch.
As it still is for you now.
Yeah, very much so, which is why I can't wait
Yeah.
for next Friday.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue on with Dark Souls. So like, how much further do I need to go till I caught up with you then?
That's the bit I'm at. I haven't progressed further than that. Like I said, the last
Well,
time...
I've caught up with you in one day. Not even one day, 2 hours.
Well, not level-wise. You need to go another 20
level.
levels. That's what I mean. Like, I stopped there and I went, do you know what? This is the first spot where I've kind of figured out the enemy movements. I've got the block. I've got, like, block them, stun, slash. So I had my wee rhythm and I just grinded away. And I wanted my stamina up, my health up. And then, like I said, I tried to progress further last week. And I went up and met a Taurus demon. He didn't like me. And then I went downstairs and met the knight. And I died straight away. And I'm like, right, I'm done just now. And I didn't play it this week because I brought my PS5 back down. I've been hacking away at Death Stranding that. But I'm not done with Dark Souls. I'm just slowly at that bit. I need to figure out the knight at the bottom of the stairs because that's the next area is down there. And I'm like, I need to figure out what to do with him because he does this as if he's going to take a while to whack you. And then he just goes... And I was a pancake, so... And that was me at level 26 with like almost double the health bar that you've probably got just now, and he took me out in one hit, so that's just to prepare you. And by the time you've got there, you don't have fire. So like I didn't have even have any fire, so I'm just left with my weapons at that point, and I'm like, this isn't enough. And I even did the Crimson run, which is see at the bit where you get dropped off by the crow and there's kind of the dead guy sitting and you can go down different paths. I went down a path that you're not meant to go down later, which is kind of like an underground sort of like, yeah. And you have to make this run along a wall. Not along a wall, but along a hidden kind of path. And you have to dodge like every enemy because they'll take you out in one hit because it's giant spiders. To get
I went down there once and I died instantly.
So I had to go down like 3 or 4 lifts, and I got the Crimson set. So I've got that armor just now, which apparently helps you, but I don't find it's helping at all. I don't. But
here's a question I have for you. What do you do? See, you're picking up all these like items off of the like dead guys. So like you're picking up Soul of the Undead or whatever it is.
So some of them will bring you back to life. But see, there's an exchange place. So see when you come out that bonfire, to the left's the bridge, and to the right you can go down the stairs. If you go down the stairs and fight the skeletons there, you'll see. As you're walking along, there's like buildings, but over to your left, there's 2 guys just walking about a kind of platform with 2 shields, two skeletons. You can see them from just, if you go out the bonfire, take out the guy with that's shooting at you with arrows, and the guy that comes back up the stairs, right? You can see the 2 of them. Take them out and hit away the rubbish, and you'll find a staircase that goes down. You enter a room, and there's a guy hiding behind a bookcase, like a skeleton that'll come out. Kill him, and to your left, there's the wee, what are you buying guy, and you can trade in stuff to him.
Right, okay. Cool. I will go and have a look for that when I play.
That wasn't a guide, that's just Ali plays, and that's how I get down there. So like go down that way. So basically instead of heading across, so come out the bonfire, go to the right, take out the skeletons.
I know what you mean.
Down the stairs, kill the 2 guys with the shields, and then there's boxes. If you knock them out the way, there's stairs down. There's a skeleton that will come out a bookcase to your right. If you go out the door on the left at the bottom of the stairs, there's a wee guy sitting going, please buy something from me. And that's where I offload. Like what I do is like pick up the armour and the drops that I'll never use off them, and I sell them to him. And he sells you. I think you can buy the key from him. I'm almost sure that's
like
where
the master key?
Maybe not a master key, but some sort of key, because the master key basically opens all the like early on doors for you.
Right, okay. I'll definitely go and have a look at that next time playing then. So I'm going to be playing that probably for quite a while till the end of the year. It's my goal to finish that game by the end of the year. So
what's your goal for October then, if that's not your October goal?
No, that's not my October goal. I will continue to play through.
Because I was saying you ain't finishing that in 1 month.
No, I definitely not. Like that will take me till the end of the year. I'll probably finish that on the 31st of December.
It'll be exciting. No, you won't, because Cobra Kai will distract you on the 31st. Remember, it's the fight for the Valley, Soul of the Valley.
Yes. But no, like my plan is, so like it's now what is it, 29th, something like that?
We're practically October.
Practically October. My plan is to finish Life is Strange within the next 4 or 5 days probably.
Easy.
And then it should be fine. If I play like an hour or two a night, like I should get through that.
It's
No
a
bother.
novel in disguise.
I think it's like 10 hours long, and like I like those type of games, so that's
Yeah, you
fine.
do.
But yeah, so I will be finishing that at the very start of October. But then outside of that, for the rest of October, I'm going to play basically horror games and like those type of games. And I've already installed
Resident Evil
some,
1.
ready to go. Resident Evil 1 is there, ready to go. I'm going to play that.
It's not that scary, it's just the puzzles that fuck you up. What
Puzzles
else you going to
are
play though?
confusing. I'm also going to play The Evil Within.
It's a bit scarier. I say it.
I quite liked it. Like I played a bit of it before, and
kinda like
and
Resi
I thought it was
4.
quite cool. Yeah, so like I've installed that, and I'll go back to my save file because remember I downloaded all my save files onto my PS5.
Yeah.
Probably I've got no space.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna play that, and I'm probably gonna. I'll see how I get on with Resident Evil 1. If I can
Resi
get
7
through that,
VR.
then I'll do a different Resident Evil.
Resident Evil
No, I'd
7
rather
in
do
VR.
2. I'd rather do Resi 2.
Resi 2 isn't
'Cause I
scary
want-
at all.
No, but I want to play Resi 2 because it looks cool. Like the remake
is
of it
cool.
looks really cool.
Resi 1's good though, to be fair. It's older, but it's better. If you go to Resi 2 first, you'll never go back and finish Resi 1, which is stupid.
No, that's why I'm not doing 2 first. Like I need to do 1 because like I played 1 back in the day and I never finished. So I should finish it.
I'm almost sure I didn't finish in PlayStation. I think I finished it on the DS. Because that version was fucking... It's the same game. It's impressive that they fitted that on the cartridge. Resident Evil 1's great. Resident Evil 2... I've watched Darren finish it several times. I've never finished the game. Resident Evil 3 I completed. Resident Evil 4 I never finished. 5 I finished, 6 I finished, 7 I finished. So I've not finished 2, 4 and 8. That's the 3 I've got.
So you should go back to the 2 remake then for October.
I really should. But it's not scary. Like at
But
all.
it looks cool. Looks really cool.
It's such a nice looking game. Like the graphics in that are phenomenal. But yeah, I see your point for October. But I'm sorry, I've got Walking Simulator to finish first. I don't want to jump.
That's a long game as well, man.
I don't want to jump
Like,
between.
A long time.
Oh yeah, it's a 30-40 hour game I've seen.
And obviously I'll still be chipping away at Days Gone, which is kind of a horror-ish game because it's a
it's
zombie
not
game.
scary. Yeah. It's the
It's
least
it's
scary.
not scary. No, it's not scary at all. But it is a zombie game, so
Yeah, I don't
That's
know. Like, I'd rather just finish what I'm on. Like, I'm quite happy chipping away at these. Mass Effect 2, I could blast that out in a week if I really focused on it. I love Mass Effect 2, so I'm not in a rush to finish it. I'm more interested to go back to 3 to see the improvements they've made in 3 and like because they even refined it after I finished it. Do you know what I mean? Like they added in like extra cutscenes and epilogue and all the DLC in 3 I've never touched, so it's all new gameplay for me. So I'm really excited to play that as well. I'm not don't get me wrong, I'm not counting 3 as one of my games because technically I have finished it before. But yeah, I'm fine. And then obviously I've got Metroid Dread coming. Technically a scary game. It's got the name Dread in the title. I don't think it's gonna be scary.
I'm gonna pick up Dread. It won't be scary, but I'll pick up. But I'll finish Life is Strange first before I pick that up. But I'll definitely have knocked it out by then.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, that's my plan. And then November is gonna be Mass Effect and Battlefield
Oh yeah, Battlefield. I'm still torn.
because
with
Battlefield got delayed. So
I'm still torn. I do kind of want it, but I've got a feeling it's going to be a kind of empty launch. Like, there's a lot of demo launches, as I'm calling it this year. Like, Halo's basically a demo
Pez.
launch because Pez
Yeah.
is the worst. Pez is the worst offence.
Pez is definitely the worst. Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of-
Halo's got a beta this weekend. Oh.
I know. I won last weekend as well. I did try Halo Infinite. I had that, and
Oh.
I didn't play online. It wouldn't connect. I tried the training modes.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's
mean, this
Halo.
doesn't really count, does it? Like,
But I got a feel for the mechanics. I shot a gun, and it's Halo. I'm not overly excited about this game. It's free. I'm going to play it. More excited about Forza Horizon 5 in November, but like, it's Halo. Like, if you like Halo, you're going to love this. If Halo 5 was fine, I'll probably play the campaign, but I'd rather play the campaign with people. Like, I usually play it with like Fraser or something, and now that you're going to be playing it as well, I'd rather wait for the... How can you not have co-op campaign day one? Like, I don't understand how that won't work. You've been delayed for a fucking year. A whole year you had extra. It was meant to be out at launch, and it's not just a whole year. You're getting a year, and then till like, come on, it's December now. Like, you've delayed it again, a delay and a delay and a delay, and people are even talking that it might get pushed again, that they might just drop the multiplayer and then just say, sorry, campaigns next year, just to hold it all back so it's ready. And it's like, wow, there was something really fundamentally wrong in the base of that game. Like, it was ready to drop, and somebody came along and went, not good enough. But it's like, I don't get it. It was ready to go. It looked fine to me.
I think it was the fans. The fans came along and went, "What the fuck is this?"
But I mean, I
Like,
played
what are
it,
you doing?
and I seen the graphics, and it's like, it just looks like what we were shown. It looks fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fine. I'm sorry, I can't get excited or hyped like some people will over Halo. It's Halo. I'll be more excited about Battlefield, I'm sure, once it's fully there.
I'm hyped for Battlefield. There's
I
nothing
don't-
else coming out this year that I'm like, oh my god,
Excuse me.
like a Dread. I'm looking forward to,
Dread.
but like,
I smell Game of the Year all over Dread. Like, see, even the previews that are coming out, people saying it feels so good. Like, on the OLED screen, it looks amazing. Like, obviously, it will look good on Switch anyway and on the TV too. But I'm just so excited for Metroid Dread. Like, it's unreal, like, how excited I am for this game. And it came out of nowhere. It's just like, bam, there you go, Metroid 5. And it took my brain a minute to compute. It's like, Prime 4, this is... Oh, it's this one. Yeah, I'm so excited for it.
but yeah, I didn't play anything else. That was it.
So
Nothing
we'll
else.
finish up the show there for this week. Thank you very much if you've tuned in and watched. Give us a like, subscribe, share, comment. What games are you excited for the rest of the year? Are you a Battlefield guy, a COD guy? No one in this show is going to be playing COD this year. It's World War II. Are you looking forward to Halo? Are you looking forward to Dread? Do you dread Dread? What's your favourite scariest game? Message Andy and tell him what games he should be playing. I've been Ali, he's been Andy. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching. And we will catch you all in the next one. Boosh.